Good morning, good morning. Bright and early. Another day, another dollar. My first pickup, please. I'll just drive around. 4-1. It's like that some days, you know, ease your way into the day. These sleeping policemen are a wonderful idea, but they're a pain in the blooming neck, I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm not against them. I would never say that. If they only save one life, then probably not very cost effective.
I won't laugh at you when you boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause I love you.
It's not that the kids think of Geoff as their father, because they don't. They think of him as an uncle. Special uncle, a new uncle. I like him. You can't, if you like someone, you like him, you can't help it. I mean, I actually said to him, I don't feel like I've lost a wife. I feel like I've gained a friend. I would never have met Geoff if Marion hadn't left me. Not a chance of it. We're in different worlds. He's in pharmaceuticals, I'm in cars. Literally, I'm in the car. I bear you no ill, sir. I bear you no ill. If Michael Owen scores a goal, I'm delighted. But I will also spare a thought for the goalkeeper. I got some presents for the kids. Now, Reese, is a very sensitive child. Very quiet, very sensitive. So, he loves his art, so where's the front? Right. Got him this, lovely. He likes to draw anywhere. He'll draw anywhere. I mean, walls, desks, tables. It's a bit of a problem, to be honest with you, but his mother's on top of it, she tells me. Because I know Geoff has, to be fair to Geoff, he's got him some lovely stuff, but I think, this is going to sound terrible now, but I think he prefers getting it from his dad, you know. I don't know. I would never say that to Geoff, because I can see his face, you know, if I said that. Right, now then, for Alan, now, you've got to know about Alan, he's a different kettle of fish altogether. I'll show you what I got him. It's this, look at that. And I was worried that it might be too much, that it was too violent. But like his mother says, you know, he's a very violent child. So, you know. It's a funny old thing, though, you know, when you go back to living on your own. When you've been with someone for a while. I mean, it does take a bit of getting used to. You're like a bachelor again, you know? And what I do now is I share a house. I don't need a whole place to myself. So I have my own room in a student house, of all things. And it works very well. They're very nice boys. There's 5 of them, and me makes the 6. They're a bit wild, but they got good arts. Everybody says, oh, I bet it's noisy. But no. They like to play their music very loud, and it's not my sort of thing, but I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I put in those earplugs, my head goes under the pillow, and I hear, it's like a dull thud. It's like a... And I actually find that quite relaxing. The kids aren't really that far away when you think about it. It's motorway all the way. The new bridge, which they opened at Christmas, takes 20 minutes off it. And if you do it overnight, which is the only smart way to do it in all honesty, you take another 50 minutes off there. I can do it now in a flat 4.5 hours. Bang. Just going down to Marion and Geoff's. Edith and Neville's golden wedding anniversary tomorrow. It's Marion's parents. They're a smashing couple. They've had a fantastic marriage. So did we. I want to be there to show them how we're making our divorce work.
I can take you high.
Who might use a gavel?
Builder. Plumber.
Correct. In the Bible, who was the brother of Moses?
Jacob.
Aaron. Correct. Elvis Aaron Presley had a hit with I Just Can't Help. Dude, I Just Can't Help.
It.
At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on
Here we are. There she is. I'm a bit early. So, I'll just sit here now, sit tight, and wait for signs of life. That's the boys' room just there. They've changed the curtains. Sleep tight, little angels. They call your daddy Big Boots, and Big Boots is his name. It takes a big man to wear big boots. That's your daddy's claim to fame. I didn't realise how tired I was. I had no idea. I slept. I worked it out. I slept for about 10 hours. Which is longer than I've slept for a long time. And I probably would have gone on if it wasn't for the fireworks. I'm gonna have to take these back, mind? He liked these a lot, Marion said, but he's working in charcoals now, apparently, which is good, very good. And would you believe it? He's already got it. He got the whole range. That's Geoff, you see, little tinker. He got them for Christmas for them, the whole range. Gee whiz. So I'll take them back. I got the receipts. I learned that from my dad. He always used to say, keep the receipts.
Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my desire. Oh, I'm on fire.
There's a Range Rover. Lovely car, but very dangerous. Very dangerous. Too high off the road. You want to be low, like a panther. That's the boys' room. No sign of life. Marion's room. Oh. Black boxer shorts. Good morning, Jeffrey.
I won't laugh at you when you boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause I love you.
3131.
4141.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, if you could do that as soon as possible.
Are you talking to me, over? I've had a letter. Marion's solicitors. They want to know the value of my assets. I don't think I've got any. My one proper job was for a Japanese company. at the very cutting edge of technology, and I'm very proud to have worked for a company that was so advanced that it was able to do away with manpower. The house was in Marion's name. That's fair enough. If anybody else should have a stake in it, it should be the DSS, because they paid my share. We had some wonderful times in our first house. I remember we decorated it together, and we started off, and it was a sort of an orangey colour, and we got about halfway through one wall, and Marion, bless her, she hated it, and she actually burst into tears. I thought, well, you can fix this, Keith, you can fix this, make this work now. Be a hero. I went out, ran to the paint shop, didn't have a car, drenched with sweat, went in there, bought 2 big tins of Misty Meadow. She arrived home literally minutes after I'd finished. She walked in the room and she saw it, and her face, you know. And she said something that I've never forgotten. She held my hand and she said, "Keith, you are such a sweet man." Marion was always very busy at work, very, very busy. She and Geoff were like a piston and an engine that working together, quite formidable. We used to see their photograph all the time in the digest, because they'd be photographed at these ceremonies for winning. They were always winning, always at the top sales. So in a way, when she left and when Geoff became a part of the children's lives, he wasn't a stranger, because they'd seen his photo so many times. Marion used to get them blown up and put up on the wall. I was very happy at home, looking after Rhys at first. And then when Marion got pregnant with Alan, she had an elective caesarean, which is where you choose to have a caesarean. Now, that was Geoff's idea. He was all for it. He said it keeps you elastic. Never had children though, you see, Geoff. He has now, obviously. But never had children. I always felt, well, there's something. I do have the edge on you there, with my 2 little smashers. I've been thinking, actually, read the assets, that I don't really have anything to leave to the kids behind me when I go. And that's a shame, that's a pity. That's upset me, actually. My dad left me something that I quite treasure, and every time I see it I think of him. It brings him back. He used to sit up at my bedroom window with this, and he'd put my Action Man on the back wall in the garden. He'd take pot shots at it like that. And we used to say, Action Man is safe, it's his best friend who should be worried, because my dad always shot a bit to the left. This is lovely. This is better than my binoculars. It's actually broken, not the thing itself. I mean, clear as a bell, but it won't attach to the gun. The mounting is corrupt. I've been meaning to have it sorted, but it's the money, really. It's a bit pricey. It's very nice, though. I mean, you get a very clear view. Look at that. And you get the sort of thing, you know, the target sight. So you can really line someone up. Actually, Marion and Geoff come up to London occasionally. They'll bring the kids up, go and see a show. They went to see Blood Brothers. Had a wonderful time by all accounts. Didn't manage to call in on me, never mind. In a way, and this will sound terrible, but I was pleased, because I wouldn't really want Alan and Rhys to see the house with Declan and the boys. I think it might send out the wrong message to them. I prefer of them to think of me as a sort of quite an elusive figure in his car, who quite romantic. I think they see me as a romantic figure. The man with no, not the man with no name. Obviously, I'm Dad, but I mean the man with no home. Sounds quite sad when you put it like that, actually. I'm not explaining myself. I mean elusive in the sense that I travel around a lot, and that I think can be quite romantic. A bit like Zorro, but without the mask. I couldn't wear a mask in this job. It would create more problems than it would solve. Thinking about it, the only thing I've got is this car. And I've thought about that. You know, doing this job without this car would be almost impossible. The wealth is in my mind.
In geography, what's an archipelago?
It's a collection of islands.
Correct. What's the currency in Spain?
A peseta.
Correct. Why might a solicitor give you a decree nisi?
If you were buying a house.
No.
It's a
That's
divorce.
not the answer. It's a divorce.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Mike Hoyle, our reigning champion. That's it. I'm sorry, you got up to, let me see, £600. Mike, I'm so sorry you've lost that money. Brand new contestant on the accumulator quiz. Starting at 0, it's Keith Barrett. Good evening, Keith.
Hello, Martin. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much for asking, sir. Now, I see from my notes here that, Keith, you are a cab driver.
That's right.
Is that a black cab or one of those mini cabs?
No, it's a mini cab.
Right, so El Bandito of the highway, yeah?
Don't know about that.
And your time starts now. Who lived in the garden with Bill and Ben?
Weed.
Is the right answer. Name the bus in the Thomas the Tank Engine stories.
30.
Correct. In The Lion King, what does Hakuna Matata mean?
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
The right answer. Name 2 Teletubbies.
Tinky Winky Dipsy Lala and Poe.
Correct. What was Basil Brush's catchphrase?
Ha ha ha, boom boom.
Is right. In Disney's Beauty and the Beast, what sort of an object is Lumiere?
He's a candelabra.
Correct. What sort of food would Pingu eat?
Fish.
The right answer. In The Jungle Book, who said, I want to be... Oh, and we're out of time, but well done, Keith. Let's check out your score there. That was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds.
Oh, gosh.
And I would imagine you're going to want to come back later.
No, I'm going to take the money.
I just like the things you do. Don't you change the things you do.
Has chosen to walk away with £70. Keith, do give us a ring because you've forgotten to give us your telephone number. And, of course, we'll need that to send on the cash.
I've just popped down to the radio station to pick up the money in person so I can have a look around. Very nice. My children now have an inheritance. Premium bonds. £20 per person. Very nice. And with the money that was left over, I've done something I've been meaning to do for a long time. Not just for me, but for Dad. Good morning, Jeffrey. I'm in the slow lane. I'm going to move out into the middle lane, actually. I like to just pootle in the middle lane. It makes more sense. Just get yourself in the middle lane and pull back to about 55, 60. Everybody knows where you are. And they all get the same idea because they stack up behind me. I think they see sense as well.
I won't laugh at you when you boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause I love you.
Marion and Geoff, of course, are in Euro Disney in France, yes. I would imagine the sun is shining there. Very nice. Taking the kids, of course. To be fair to Marion, when I was up there 2 weekends ago, she said the kids had missed me. I think in her own way, what she was saying was, it would be nice if you were there with us. Now, she can't say that, of course not. I'm not a fool. She can't say that in front of Geoff. So I suggested it. And fair play to Geoff. Again, you've got to say fair play to Geoff because, you know, he didn't veto it outright. He didn't veto the suggestion. In fact, he said, you know, it'd be a bit cosy.
You haven't got any gases or any firearms on board?
No firearms or gases. I'm a bit windy, but I mean, that doesn't count. This is going to be a hell of a surprise. Not for Marion. I mean, I think she knows. But for Geoff, oh, you rotter. I'm in two minds. I might pounce on them outside the hotel, or I might, this is better, I might pose as a waiter and with a baguette or something French at breakfast time. Good morning, mesdames et messieurs. Le petit garçon. Avez-vous your real dad? Here we go. Here we go. We're underground. Oh, get your canaries out. This will be our first trip abroad together since Portugal. That was a beautiful holiday. Beautiful holiday. Very regenerating, very togethering. Because, I'll be honest with you, it was at a very difficult time for us. Very difficult time. We'd gone through a bit of a sticky patch, what they call a rocky patch. And I think that holiday cemented us for good. I thought the marriage, my view of it, was that it was actually very, very well balanced. Marion's career was skyrocketing. And I was tending the house, and I had it all shipshape. I was captain of the ship, Captain Bly, captain of the Bounty. And then one day, I came home and she was in tears. Floods of tears, in a corner in the living room. And come straight out with it, I can't live like this. And it went on like that for about 4 weeks and 3 days. Until it was Nev who said this is ridiculous. And he sent us out to Portugal, to his timeshare. He had a timeshare for his joints. After a while then, I said, look, come on, Marion, let's talk. Please, let's talk. I used to watch her. We were on a hill and I'd watch her on the beach and I'd see her walk and walk and walk and walk, throwing stones. And one night we started to talk and I sensed something. I didn't push it. The next night, after the kids had gone to bed, I cooked her something outdoors. She's loved meat, she's a real carnivore. And we were eating stuff there and we got talking. And I made her laugh. I did, I made her laugh. I remembered all the things she used to like me doing. My little impressions and things, and you know, the funny voices, and she started to thaw, and let's just say I had a very good night's sleep. That was the last time that we were abroad together, and it saved our marriage. I have to be a bit more creative with what I got. That's a favourite, the red ones. Don't get me wrong about this now. I'm not a fool. We've moved on. She's moved on. She's got the kids, the new house. She's got Geoff. All right, I've moved on. I've got a remarkable degree of independence. No ties. Nothing. Drive on the right. Drive on the right. Drive on the right. It's like my father used to say. Blood is thicker than water. Hello, France. No. Bonjour, François. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm over the peak. What a day. I didn't get a chance to give the boys their presents. Never mind. Oh. Why are you sad, Eo? Why are you sad? I just am. Don't be sad. Too late. Come on. Come on. Come and give me a hug. There. Come on. Big hug. Big hug. Come on. Big hug. There. See? You're alright, aren't you? Hey? Who's got a big hug? Hey? Who's Daddy's boys? Who's Daddy's boys? You alright, boys? Look at Dad, eh? Sleepy. I've had a lovely time, haven't I? Come on. Don't get me wrong, it was lovely seeing them. It was smashing seeing them, but I will be glad to get back to my independence. That's what I am, an independent spirit. I mean, if you think about it, 24 hours from now, who knows where I'll be? Familiar sounds. There we are. This is a nice feeling. I always have a nice feeling when I come over the bridge into Wales. Home. It's where the kids are. What I like to do, as I will do now, is to stop and have a chat. Stop with the tall man. I like it. Nice pleasant chat. And I think it breaks up his night. Busy tonight? I stopped at Lee Delamere, like a ghost town in there tonight. I know. Have you had your supper yet? All right, thank you. Good night, and you. He'll probably mention that now when he gets home to his wife. I'm a bit early. Geoff's got a new car. Very nice. He's hitting those sales targets, you see. Jeep, nice and big. Marion will be pleased. Plenty of room for the children. It's a very nice area, full stop. All credit to Geoff again. People have said to me, why don't you move back here to Cardiff? But they don't understand. I've relocated. My career now is in London. I won't look back, you see. I won't. It's not in my nature. I'm sorry. I do not look back. That's my bedroom there. Not literally now. I mean, it's gone, but that's where it would have been. We lived in like a caravan. It was pitched. It wasn't on the move. Dad called it a mobile home. It wasn't. I come along here. See my dad. I can see him. I can see my dad. Hello. Don't get me wrong, I mean, my dad was a remarkable man. He was a very strong man, a sportsman. Not actually a sportsman, but he aspired to be a sportsman. Vivid memory for me would be the apple tree at the back of the garden. We had this smashing apple tree. It wasn't in our garden, it was in next door's garden, but the branches grew over and the apples would fall in our garden. And they didn't mind if we collected them. And I'd be bending over, all of a sudden, thwack, back of my head. I'd look round, Dad, bowling overarm. Now you imagine how difficult that is. Everyone hit, thwack, thwack, thwack. I'm useless at cricket. I was always afraid of the ball. This is where I first met Marion. I ran up to her and punched her in the stomach. And she shot straight back, whack, to my face. I was on the floor, squirming around in my underpants. And that was it, really. From that moment on, we became, if not firm friends, then classmates. A slide would have been there. Monkey puzzle, where my underpants were deposited once at the very top. Wavy horse. You can hear the laughter when you listen to the trolleys jingle jangle. It's like the laughter of children in a way. Look at that. That's Martin Cressel and Lorraine Pike. They got kids, look. They couldn't stand the sight of each other at school. They couldn't. Martin! Keith! Wasn't them. Gary was my best friend. He was remarkable. The boy who would. You always knew Gary was going to go places. Marion was the prettiest girl in the infants, in the juniors and the seniors. I spent all my time gazing at her in class. That was an education. They used to say, "Who'll marry Marion?" Shoot my hand up. "I'll marry Marion." And then, by those bike sheds, but painted green, I remember, "Who'll marry Marion?" Gary said to me, "Who's made Marion?" I said, "Easy, Robin Hood's wife." He said, "No, who's made Marion?" Know what he meant? He said, "I made Marion, right here, last night." It didn't matter, because it was... I liked him. If you like someone, you like someone. What are you going to do? And I loved Marion. I loved her then. Well, they were going to get married. It was all set. It was going to be a smashing wedding, a fairy tale wedding. Gary had to go on holiday with his parents, his last family holiday. Turned out to be his last holiday, full stop, of course. He was killed by a bus, a tourist bus, coming along a very dark road at night. No tourists in it, thank goodness. Marion was distraught, beside herself, and I, as best man, saw it as my duty to try and console her, but I couldn't console her. I didn't understand. I hadn't experienced grief. And she could feel there was a distance, there's a chasm between us. Then a real stroke of luck. A week later, my grandfather dropped dead. And suddenly, we had that link, the two of us, we could come together, and I remember going to her to tell her. And the look in her eye that said, you know me now. I went with morning suit. Not what I would have wanted. It looked great on Gary, because I was with him when he tried it on. To be honest, he was a bit spooky. Went back to the same place. And the bloke said, your friend not with you? I said, no, he's dead. So many happy memories wound up in this place for me. So many happy memories. What a corker of a day. It really was. Family, my family, Marion's family, Gary's family. I mean, they pitched in 50% of the cost. I think they felt they had an investment in it. We had our honeymoon in Greece. Wonderful. I mean, Marion was very keen because of the weather, the culture, the food. Gary had died there, of course. She wanted to visit the spot, make a pilgrimage. A lot of tears, a lot of crying. I was crying as well. Not out of any sense of grief, I'll be honest with you. But more an effort to fit in. It wasn't an entirely uplifting experience, actually. But what honeymoon is? Hello. Look at this fella. Hello. Oh, don't worry, I'm still here. Imagine their faces. Just imagine their faces. They're not in. Probably gone on a family day out. Very nice. And fair enough, because I think Geoff does need time to bond. So what I've done is I've put them there, up the tree. Tarzan and Jane. Smashing. They'll be fine there, as long as it doesn't rain. Just approaching the bridge now. See me.
Run, run, will, baby, there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. But we could be married, or we could be married, and then we'd be happy, and then we'd be happy. But wouldn't it be nice?
Where I go for advice a lot of the time is Father Paul. He's a very young pastor, very forward moving. Talk to him about anything. I had a chat with him 3 nights ago about the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's wife. Now, as he said, what you've got to remember is, Keith, when God wrote that, it was a time when, you know, a man could have 11 or 12 wives. So what he's saying is don't be greedy. Take sexual matters, he said. He said there's degrees of sin, like it's more of a sin, in his view, to have a long drawn-out affair than it is, as he said, a one-off sexual encounter at a conference. Now, with Marion, you see, you get both. Very hard to put your finger on a woman's quality that you most like. It's a kaleidoscope of things. It's a look, her laugh, her voice. Very important to me. Her voice always has been. Marion's voice was very nice. Even when she was at school, it was very sing-song, sing-song. Changed, of course, as she got older. Became not as soft. Part of the job, you've got to be aggressive. She became a bit more... Very large breasts as well, of course. I'm sure that was part of the incentive for Geoff. I was looking forward to you know, growing old with them. Wasn't to be. Didn't matter. Another man is, you know, another man has taken over the watch, if you like, on breast watch. He's climbed up the rigging of Marion, and he's keeping a watch on her breasts for me. I spoke to Father Paul about my current situation in great detail, and he said to me, he said, "You don't need the church, Keith." He said, what you need, in his words, a bloody good solicitor. I'm a bit early. Mr. Redford and co. I got a bit of a tummy, actually. I'm a bit lawyers are like cabbies in many ways. You know, we both get a very bad press. Think of that joke about the lawyer who falls in the water off a boat and a shark swims up to him. I forget the rest. But your sympathy is with the shark. Remarkable man. Very reassuring. No win, no fee. That's his thing. Which is excellent because I'm not looking to win anything. So this is not going to cost me a penny. That's the result. I think we're almost there, really. Got a mobile phone. Bit of a first. Mr. Redford recommended it. Marion can reach me now, whenever, because I dare say she calls me at the house when I'm not there. I do 1471. Hasn't been her as yet, but that's only the last call. Could ring at any moment. Nope. Just been talking to Merrill at the phone company. Very, very helpful, very nice. Got me all sorted. I'm all up and running now. Mobile. Very, very easy manner. Lovely voice, as you'd expect. I mean, that's what the job demands, but really helpful. Customer service. That's what she's in, and very good at it. Very nice. You know, I'm starting to build up a picture now of Merrill just from her voice. Just from her voice. I think I can imagine, you know, what she looks like. It's funny. You can get a lot from her voice. I mean, if you think when you hear Elvis Presley's voice, it's very strange, but you can't help but see Elvis. It's a mysterious thing, the human mind. I'd quite like to have a look at my own mind. I'd quite like to know my own mind. Really get inside it. Open my arms and just run around in there like that. You know, dragging a stick along the railings. It's a funny thing, but I always picture Merrill as wearing orange. An orange top or an orange skirt. In a cornfield, actually. Running through a cornfield. That's how I see her. I picture like a red sort of jumpsuit or a cat suit. A 70s sort of thing. She might wear a uniform or something. Maybe the phone company have a uniform, but probably not, because why? Because no one can see you? I don't know. It's like I had a cousin, Ernie, who worked for Marks and Spencer's, but he would never go there wearing Marks and Spencer clothing. He always said, if I go there wearing that, Keith, they've got one over on me. He wears a uniform now, of course. He was actually very smart. I think there's a lot of upsides, actually, to incarceration. The educational facilities, if you want to take them, are there. I mean, look at him in Brazil, you know. He's got his freedom, but probably not the qualifications. That's the mind again, you see. We come round in circles, back to the mind. Back to the mind. He's probably orange, isn't he? Just from the sun, just from the suntan. That's natural orange. In his bathers. Maybe Merrill's in her bathing costume. You don't know. Don't say no because you don't know. You know, that's just prejudice. Maybe Merrill is in a bathing costume. I'm not going to say she's not. Merrill? Merrill! Hello! I got you. I'm in the park. Yes. Lovely. It's beautiful. I'm just thinking about you, actually. Yes? I've got a question, actually. What are you wearing? Hello? Hello, Merrill? Hello? I was talking about it just a minute ago now. Are you sure? What time do you expect to... Well, it's not as such a Yes, I have. I've read it all. All right. Well, there's no need to do that. No need. No. See, no. No. Verbal warning is perfectly adequate. Yes. No, I mean this is. Of course I do. Yes. There's no need to put it in writing. No need at all. Don't waste your time. All right. Thank you. Is it? All right, Roger. I will. And that'll get through to you direct. All right? I should write it down. All right, I will. And you. And you. I've just been in to see Mr. Redford, solicitor. He wanted me to go in because he wants to get a fuller picture, he said, of the marriage. So I took in some photos. Some lovely ones. But, he said no. He said, do you know what I want to know, Keith, is, when you first knew, you know, that your wife was having an affair. Fair enough. That's his job. But I showed him the photos anyway because I think they're lovely. It was the second hottest day of the year. Second hottest. I remember it was on the news. Everyone was there. The garden was packed. Edie and Nev. Derek was there with his hi-fi and his video camera to get all the action. Karen and Charles, our new neighbours, they just moved in next door. I said, look, come round, we're having a barbecue. Great way to break the ice. And there was going to be a lot of noise, so I thought, well, you're killing two birds, Keith. So the stage was set for a wonderful summer's day that no one would forget. Geoff was there, of course, and Marion's bosses. That was one of the reasons for the day, was a celebration. Marion was being presented with a 3 Series BMW. In celebration, in recognition of her sales targets. It was a big celebration. I was the master of celebrations. Marion and Geoff surrounded by their bosses, congratulated them, a lot of backslapping. I had the paddling pool out. Massive paddling pool out for the kids. Filled it up in the morning, topping it up with hot water to take the chill off. And I was skimming it with a sieve for insects. Even a dead wasp can sting. And then we all got taken out to the front of the house for the presentation of the car. They brought this beautiful car with a big ribbon around it. Big ribbon around the doors, on the top, like a bow. And Mr. Shusey stood there. Big speech about what a wonderful team Marion and Geoff were. They were hot stuff, he said. We all came back round then into the garden, and I assumed my position behind the barbecue. And I thought, right, a toast for the happy couple. I had some champagne in the kitchen, got it all out, and no Marion and Geoff. And Derek said, I saw them, Keith. I saw them going upstairs, he said. And I thought, yeah, I know what they're up to. She'll have taken him up for a look at the new window. We'd had this big Velux window put in our bedroom, like at an angle, over the bed, and the sunlight it was beautiful. I wish you could see it. The sunlight would flood in, and Marion used to sometimes open it and lie there and sunbathe. I would just lie there and look at the clouds just dreaming. That's what I like to do. So everyone was very thirsty. One chap from Marion's office was trying to open a bottle. I took it off him. I snatched it off him. I said, no. We're not starting until the couple are here. And I went in to get them. So I went up the stairs. And it's funny how you notice these things. There was a bit of wire, telephone cord, had come out in a loop. You know, the boys, I think, had been tugging at it. And I remember making a mental note. Fix that, Keith. Someone could, break their neck there. And I went up the stairs, and there was Nev, Marion's dad, just coming out of the toilet on the landing. Glad age. I said, hey, Nev, you tiger. That's what I called him. I said, hey, you're the only one who hasn't seen this. Come on. Come in the bedroom. Come and have a look. And, he went in ahead of me. He opened the door, and, I'd been an absolute fool. I'd left that pool unattended. I was back down the stairs like a shot. I was out into the garden and, ruddy hell, they'd all started eating, hadn't they? Like ants. They were all over the food. They were passing. I said, hey, hey, hey. And I went round pulling plates in because I was being usurped. And I said, hey, come on now, hang on a minute. And I was a bit tetchy. I took the plates and I put them all back. And I was trying to get some control of the garden, my garden. No one was, I was in a line up. And they wouldn't line up, they were all looking. They were all looking like that up at the Velux window because Neville, boom, shouting at Marion. And fair play, he's got a smashing, he's in a choir, he's got a smashing voice, yelling at her. Really nasty stuff. And all right, things needed to be said. But I was getting no authority. The people were confused. They were looking up at the window. They could hear Nev, but they couldn't see him. All they could see from where they were was Geoff's bottom, and it disorientated them. I mean, I wanted to go up and calm it down, but I didn't want to get involved. And there was laughter. There was laughter, which I thought was inappropriate. And I remember one thing. I've still got it on my arm. I knelt on the grill, on the barbecue. See, like that. Ah, gee, God. And I put kitchen roll, which you should never do. Getting that off later was hell. And then the next thing I know, out of nowhere, they're down in the they're in the garden. Nev, Marion, Geoff. Geoff is wearing my bathrobe, my dressing gown. It's too short for him. And they're arguing now. Nev and Geoff. And Nev, bless him, took a swing at Geoff. Man, he missed him completely because, you know, his eyes. And Geoff goes backwards, though, to avoid it, into the paddling pool. There was no kids in there, thank God for that. Legs go up in the air. My dressing gown, it's too small. And he comes straight back out, shot up out of the water because he was embarrassed, with his hand on his face. Ah! Ah! Like that. Ah! I thought you didn't get hit, you fool. He'd been stung by a wasp. And he looked around him. I tried to help. I felt guilty. I should have been skimming that pond. I should have been doing it with the sieve. He went round to the front of the house and tried to get into his car. He was sitting in the car when I got there, but he was blocked in. We had a fantastic turnout. I didn't know we had so many friends. He leapt out of his car and went then to Marion's car. But he couldn't get in that because of the ribbon. The ribbon, he's pulling at the ribbon. Now, I would have helped. But I realised all this time, I had a burger in my hand with the kitchen towel. And he's tugging at this ribbon. And then the next thing I know, I look around and Marion is coming with a knife. I thought, oh, we're going to be in the papers. She went straight past me. To Geoff, I thought, what are you doing? And she sliced through the ribbon. She's a very practical woman. They both jumped in the car, and I thought, right, act. And I did something that to this day I can't explain. Purely on instinct. I walked very calmly to the car. I tapped on the window. She wound it down. And I gave her the burger. The ribbon was hanging behind. Came off eventually, halfway down the street. And I went and collected it. It's tidy. In the car again, look. All strapped in. On a slide. Nice one with a sack on. That's me with Alice. There's Alice's first steps. She's lovely. Exciting day today. My first airport run. Not an official airport run. I'm picking up a friend of Declan's, but still, you know. Quite glamorous, really.
I want to laugh at you when you boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause I love you.
I'm picking up 2 people, a couple by the name of Rawlings. That's what they say they're called anyway, because I often think with aeroplanes, you know, when the VIPs travel incognito, they travel under an assumed name, so who knows? Could be anyone. Could be Madonna. Hello, Madonna. Nice to see you. Mr. BT, Warren. Mr. Hoffman, hello. Smashing. Delayed. Delayed for 5 hours. Right. Bit of a... What to do? I don't know what to do. I could look around the shops. Not for 5 hours. I could do that for about 40 minutes. I could have something to eat. Half an hour, another 40 minutes. And 1 hour, 20 minutes. Then I got another 3 hours and 40 to fill. 3 hours and I could play on some of the games in the arcade. Say I could do that for half an hour if I played slowly at low levels. Another 3 hours to fill. Have another drink, coffee or something for 10 minutes. That's... I'm pushing it. Really pushing it. I could browse in Smith's. If they don't move me on, I could do that for about an hour. It's not going to happen, is it? Whichever way you look at it, doesn't add up. Oh. Right. Bloody hell. What to do? What to do? How are you today?
Very well.
All right? And the animals?
Yeah, they're all fine.
All
out.
chipper?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Okay, have
Right.
a nice time.
Daktari. I'm very excited. I love animals. Always have done. If in trouble, please do not get out of your car, sound your horn and wait for the ranger. Hi-ho, Silver. Here's a tiger that's shaped like a Land Rover. They never tell you why a plane is delayed. Have you noticed that? They never give a reason. Keep you in the dark. Technical fault could be. Maybe it's a hijack situation. Imagine how stressful that is, eh? Terrible. A hijack situation. Very stressful. I mean, in the old days, with the propeller planes, the smaller planes, it was much easier. You would stand at the end of one aisle, wave your gun about, show who was boss. Nowadays, with the bigger planes, you can have up to 3 or 4 aisles, different sections. How do you police it? You know, do you treat people differently because they're in different sections? Are you a little less cruel to the people in first class? I mean, you're no fool. You know they've paid more. You imagine delivering a bomb somewhere. I mean, you've got the bomb with you. Could go off at any time. You've got to remember the secret code to alert the media. And I dare say you're not allowed that. I wouldn't imagine they encourage you to write it down. It's like a PIN number. You're probably going to memorize it. At any moment, ba-boom. It's the modern curse, you see, stress. Doesn't matter what you do, really. If you're a terrorist or a doctor. Or a zebra. You're all under stress. Zebra's under stress. He probably doesn't know how long the park is going to survive. People don't want animals nowadays. I mean, it's like a ghost town here today. Mother deer with a little fawn. Marion was a lovely mother. Lovely mother. Very natural. Nothing forced about it, you know? Nothing, she wasn't pushy. She didn't feel the need to smother Rhys and Alan with her time or affection. Marion and Geoff are, you'd have to say, a perfect family now. I mean, as a couple, they look like they've stepped out of a catalogue. Do you know what I mean? Perfect. And the children, you know, Rhys and Alan, they just complete the picture. They do. They look like that. They do. They look like a perfect family. I mean, especially when they're wearing, you know, like a chunky knit. See these camels now. They, I'm told they mate for life. Smashing. Like my mum and dad, really. They mated for life. Literally. I mean, Mum died on the Thursday in hospital. And then the following Monday, Dad shot himself. Right. The monkeys. I shouldn't say it in front of the camels. I'm going to see the monkeys because I prefer them. Well, quite a shock. They've all been shot. They had a virus. Herpes, simian herpes B. Don't know what they've been getting up to. I've had a virus. Not one like that. And I'm alright, I'm still standing. Imagine that. What is it, Doc? It's a virus, Keith. What are my chances? Well, if you start running now, pretty good. Dear me. Not gone away empty-handed. For Rhys and Alan, look. Please don't shoot me. 6 deer have been killed this year, 20 last year on this road. Not by the same motorist though. That would be appalling. A serial killer.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide country that I love. Don't fence me in.
Here's a stroke of luck. The plane's been diverted to Cardiff. So, putting my foot down now. And then I thought I'd call in on Marion and Geoff on the way back. If the Rawlins don't mind. That's if they are the Rawlins. Good morning, good morning. Very special day. Today, my birthday. Thank you very much. I'm not as old as I look, and I'm not as young as I feel. I'm somewhere in between. Oh, I've had a bundle of birthday mail. I've been inundated. First bill from the phone company for the mobile, and I'm within my talk plan, as Meryl predicted. Well within. Nothing from the boys as yet. Not a problem at all, because there's always tomorrow. The greatest gift a man can have is his health. I mean, I've not been to a doctor in 6 years. It's just the way I am genetically. This will be my first time in 6 years. My tummy's been a bit, you know, I wouldn't say anything, but it is, in a confined space, a bit antisocial. Declan asked if I was worried. I said, it's my tummy. I mean, what's the worst it can be, you know? Trapped wind. It was all right, actually. They took some blood. just dizzy, not confused. They want me to come back this afternoon, which is ideal because I have an appointment with Mr. Redford, my solicitor, at lunchtime. Although I won't be eating any lunch because they want me to keep an empty stomach. I'm having a barium meal. Hello? Can I hang on. How are you? Yeah. Sorry about that. Bit of an explanation, not being rude. It's an invasion of privacy. The caller doesn't know they're being filmed. I always switch off. Anyway, it was Mr. Redford, my solicitor, his secretary, Louise, and we got a date. Not me and Louise. Mind you, she's stacked, so... No, a date for the divorce hearing. 18th of April. So it's all starting to happen. Which is good. Which is very good. Oh, it's funny when you go to a hospital, your mind is inevitably drawn towards death. I mean, my life has been touched by it. Of course it has. My father, my mother, my marriage. I saved a woman from choking once. She was all huddled up on the floor outside shops. Everybody in a fuss, and I just stepped up, very calmly, gone underneath her. Pop. Couldn't thank me enough. Oh, all over me she was. Everybody patting me on the back. I saved Geoff from choking as well. I'm a good man to have around if you're planning to have a choke. He'd come, he was in the kitchen. That's right, near Christmas. Been playing squash with Marion, sweating as ever, and got a Brazil nut trapped in his airway. And he was one of those real sort of, you know... terrible, his face was veins. Marion was screaming. Do something, you idiot. You read about these people that strangle. I've thought about it. I mean, you'd have to. I think it's a lot more than you see on the telly. I think the reality of it is you'd have to strangle and strangle and strangle. How could you feel that about a person so much that you want to see him dead, even though he has so much going for him? A good career, top of his tree. Mr. Redford, the solicitor. I see quite a lot of him. I mean, it's a rocky path, the divorce. So I feel by seeing him as much as I do, I'm oiling the path. Well, that went very well. Very well. Mr. Redford on top form. We did role-playing, would you believe? He was Marion's attorney, solicitor. I was me, Keith. And he really went at me. I mean, some very, very personal questions about my role as a husband and a father. I coped pretty well. I was pleased. Then afterwards, he's very thorough. We went over all the ins and outs, and he said, you know, as he said to me, he said, Keith, very good. Some areas we're going to have to brush up on. And as he said, you know, you don't need me to tell you, Keith, that the tears are doing you no favours. Which is fair enough. Actually, then, on the way out, look, see what I've done? Caught my hand on the lock of the door, waving to Louise. Look at this, I'll show you. You see that? It's actually bent. There's enough force to bend it, and I'm in some pain, actually. I'm minding my language. My finger's swollen a bit. And, as Louise said, you know, she said take the ring off. But, I think it'd be bad luck. To be honest with you, I would never have thought of this whole divorce court thing without Mr. Redford. But then that's not surprising because he's a professional. That's what he does. He's a professional. You should always go to the professionals. Right, here we are, back. I've done the necessary and got my sample. I'll show it to you. No, I won't. Well, a packed second half. They brought on my Marion meal. I didn't ask for seconds. They prodded about a bit, to no avail, and then in the dying minutes, on comes Chief Consultant Anderson, and, as predicted, trapped wind. Bit of a wasted day, really. He said, I was putting my clothes on, he said, I don't want to see you up here for a long time. I said, don't worry, you won't. The last thing I want to do, nurse, is lose the finger. So, I am proposing a radical medical manoeuvre. The pliers, please. Easy does it. Mop my brow, please, nurse. Right, I'm going in. Good morning, good morning. Great news, it's arrived from the boys. A picture. I mean, Reese will have done it, but you can see Alan's hand in it. Take a look at this. Look at that. Daddy, that's me. There I am. Long legs, thank you. Surrounded by guns, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in a hail of bullets, my head's been blown off. Oh, I think that's how they see me. Bit of an action hero. Sunshine at your wedding, rain at your funeral. They never say for the divorce. Mr. Redford says that for a divorce hearing, you've got to dress smart. Not smart casual, but smart, you know. No trainers. This first one, just to show you, is the one I took out to Portugal for that smashing holiday we had, and I never wore it. It was too hot. I tried it on, I sweated cobs. And behind it, can't really see, it's a darker suit. It's the one that I got married in. Can't smell it because it's been dry cleaned, but you get a sense of occasion. So anyway you look at it, two very lucky suits. It's Reese's birthday tomorrow, so I got a present. Here we are. How about this? Look at that. Wow. This now is what he's into. His mother tells me all he thinks about, talks about, reads about is the serial killer. So I think he's going to love that. I can give it to his mum this afternoon at the courthouse. If he's there, you know, give it to him there. A bit of a party, doesn't matter to me. Because I'm not going to see him this weekend, that's the thing. Yeah, he's not going to be there because, and this is smashing, he's helping to clear litter from the canal towpath. Now isn't that lovely? I think that's smashing, very public spirited, lovely. And as his headmaster says, so much better for him than just more detention. I'm a bit windy, as I was in the morning of the wedding. There's always that fear, you know, is the bride going to turn up? I'm pretty sure she will today, though. What do you think? This one, quite nice, quite sort of green with red. I had to know really. This one is quite, you know, bright. I've had some laughs with that one. It's all going. See? Look at that. Right down the middle, I'm getting a wide parting. Little man up there, little reporter. All around me was once rich vegetation, now decimated. Hello, reporter on the cheek region tells us of volcanic eruptions. What is happening to our planet? I'm a bit early. It's alright, doesn't matter. As Mr. Redford said, I need time to prepare. Keith Barrett. Cabby. No thank you, I will sit down. I will stand. Sorry. For the last 5 years, I have provided sole parental care of our 2 children, Rhys and Alan, while my wife embarked on an affair of a sexual nature with her colleague, Geoffrey Pike. I am suing for divorce on the grounds of adulterous behaviour and mental distress. Thank you. I am suing for divorce on the grounds of adulterous... I am suing for... I am suing for divorce on the grounds of adulterous behaviour and mental distress. Adulterous behaviour and mental distress. Adulterous behaviour, mental distress. Adulterous distress, mental behaviour. Mental behaviour. Adulterous. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yuck, 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 yuck. Right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. He was being very aggressive to Marion, more than he said he would, and I did something I can't explain. I stood up and I said, "Excuse me," and he said, "Not now," very dismissive of me, and I said, "Yes, now." Like that. And he turned and apologised to the judge. It's not the judge he owed an apology to, it was Marion. I said, "It's just a quick one." And he came over to me and I said, "I'm not going to do it." And for a while it was just me and Marion sitting behind our desks. It was like a school. It changed. think she's happy now, though. I think she's happy. I think I made her happy. Right. A toast. A toast to my new life. And my children. To my new life and my children. And Marion. To my new life, my children, and Marion. Should I say Geoff? Yes. Why not? To my new life, to my children, to Marion, and Geoff. Cheers.
Am I unwise to open up your eyes to love me and let it be like they said it would be? Me loving you, girl, and you loving me.
Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day. Bit overcast, but Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. Okay, where am I going to? Right, got you. Anything after that? All right, loud and clear. Chat to you later, Ray. Nice to talk to you. Another day, another dollar. What a month. Doctors, lawyers, divorce. Then I get a call at the house from the DSS. We want to see you. I troop down there. They say, Mr. Barrett, you've been working. You've been doing a job, earning a wage. I said, I've been trying to earn a wage, but I haven't had a single fare. They didn't believe... What's going on? They didn't believe me. So I took them down to the cab office. They nearly jumped out of their skin. They didn't know what had happened to me. They'd been trying to contact me, but had the radio on the wrong channel. So I came off benefit quite sharpish. Since then, of course, I haven't stopped with work. I've been like a Beirut bricklayer. It's a very busy job, driving a cab. I'm on my way now. So, it's all turned out quite well in the wash, as my dad used to say. Hello? Marion? Hello? Hang on 1 second. How are you? Are you alright? The car. I've told her, pump the clutch. I keep telling her. She keeps calling. If it's not the clutch, it's the lights. If it's not the lights, it's the sunroof. That car was brand new 2 years ago. It is still under warranty. I do not understand it. I mean, this is something she should be talking to Geoff about. Marion. Put it on busy. I'm just nipping back very quickly to check my emails. That's right. I'm online. I've got a website of all things. Thanks to Declan and the boys, set it up on their computer, basically to keep in touch with Rhys and Alan, because they can send me messages, I can send them messages. It's very, very good. Actually, they can log on, you see, and see me. And Declan did all the wording, did everything. there's a little picture of me and it written down. He's put, "Click here to see your father's morning log," and then on the other one, "Click here to see your father's evening log." Remarkable. Message from Marion. Would I like to pop down for a meal? You can hardly pop down, can you? 4.5 hours. And my time is not my own today. I'm a little bit busy. I'm a little bit wrapped up. Here we go. Not there. For one. No can do, Raymond. I'm bumper to bumper, mate, at the moment. Do you want to give it to someone else, over? I should come clean, I suppose. I'm meeting someone. I've met someone. A girl, a lady, woman. Teresa. We met here, you see. This is where we meet, the laundrette. She used to sit there and watch the world go round. And our underwear. I actually, don't laugh, but I used to, rather than let her see my dirty clothes, I used to wash them at the other one down the road. And then I'd bring them here clean and wash them again. She's lovely. We really hit it off. Really hit it off. Very bubbly and lively and, you know, full of life. She's got 4 children. I've seen photographs. River, very exotic names. Marco, Brooke, and Sonic. She's divorced from each of the dads. And I've shown her pictures of my 2, Reese and Alan. She says they look like smashing kids. And she said Marco was just like Alan. And it was just a phase. Went through it. She said it peaked with the arson and he hasn't looked back. And she said, she's very spiritual. She said just looking at the pictures of them, that she could see I was a good dad, which I thought was really nice of her to say that. And she's always complimenting me. She said I reminded her of Al Pacino. I have to say I was made up by that. That really made my day. Al Pacino. Oh. I did wonder afterwards if he just meant the height. I was just thinking I haven't had any trouble with my tummy. It's been a... Here we go. This is a bit of bad news, really, I suppose. We may have to say goodbye to each other. I may have to leave the car behind. Hello? Because I am on my way to a job interview. For a job that I would very much like to have. It's a second interview, so fingers crossed. A job that will make me very happy. I'm not going to say what it is because I think that would be bad luck.
Everything is beautiful and nothing hurts you at all. You at all. Everything is beautiful and
steady, Keith. Come on.
Can you give Sonic something to play with?
Come on, say hello.
She's gonna crash.
Right, put it away.